Hey crafty friends, it's Rick. I'm back with another video. Today we are going to make some holiday tags for my tinsel and tags series going on right now. We're going to make some stocking shaped tags using the nested stocking dies from scrapbook.com. So there's the toppers. You can see there's lots of different sizes. We're also going to be using the Christmas animal rub-ons #1. And then I pulled out a few papers. We're going to be using the mixed media paper pad, the Gingham's pattern cardstock, Holly Express pattern cardstock, and the Nutcracker pattern cardstock, which is all A2. They come in 6x8 also. So we're going to make 4 tags. We're going to take a piece of the mixed media paper first. And I picked out the third largest nested stocking die and the topper to do my tags with. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how I'm going to cut these out. You can cut these on a bigger die cutting machine and do them all at one time. I'm going to use my Scout little die cutting machine. I'll pull it in a second, but we're going to take and cut that down. And I'm going to take a piece of repositionable tape. I'm cutting all the base layers out of this first, along with pattern paper, to make it thicker. So here's my little Scout machine. It's a little cute little bitty die cutting machine from Spellbinders. This came from scrapbook.com because I got the magic mat for it. So we're going to go ahead and cut this out. And I can tell you that this is the same supplies minus the Christmas banner sentiments that I used for scrapbook.com's craft remix this month. If you missed that video, I will try to remember to link it for y'all in the description so y'all can catch that. There's the base of my tag. Now we're going to do our topper. So we're going to take that piece that we cut and we're going to cut this out as well. So we'll run that through. So we want our tags to be a little bit thicker than what the pattern paper is. So that's why we did that. Before I put those away, we need to pick out a pattern paper. I've already cut one out from the Nutcracker pattern cardstock. And I actually each pad. But we'll go ahead and pick out another pattern. I think we're going to do this little polka dot pattern right here. You could do the ornaments if you wanted to. But these are great. I love these A2 paper pads because you get a lot. And the sizes are the same as the 6x8 pads. They're just cut down to 4 A2. I'll show you the patterns I picked from the other paper in a minute. But we're going to take and just pick, get our stocking on here. And you are going to have to trim that down a little bit. So we will trim that. Save the other piece. I'll take my repositionable tape. Pop that on. And then I can run this through. It just cuts out all nice and pretty. Now I can put my die away. And I will move this. I can put that over there. I'm going to move this for a second, because we are going to still use this. I'm going to show you how to use the mat or your die cutting machine to put on your rub-ons. So we'll just take our stocking rub-on right there. And we'll pull out a pack of the Christmas animal rub-ons. And there are 2 sheets of each rub-on in each pack. And there is a second Christmas animals, but it's currently sold out. So we're going to pick out one of our little rub-ons here. And you can use these for cards as well. We're going to take our rub-on and I'm going to place it onto my stocking where I want it to be. I'm going to take that piece of wax paper that I cut off. I'll put that back on top. So I'm going to pull my die cutting machine back in. place that on there. Take and put that on the top plate. And I'm going to run this through a couple times to help put that pressure on the rub-on so that I don't have to use the popsicle stick or a bone folder or anything like that. You could also use a fuse machine or a ink machine as well to transfer the rub-ons. You just have to play with your settings. We'll start slowly lifting that off, and our rub-on has transferred. So there is one. We're also going to do sentiments on here as well, but we'll do that in a minute. Let me pull in my other 3 pattern papers. That's from the Gingham, and this is from the Nutcracker, and that is from the Holiday Express. So we'll pick out a couple more of our little rub-ons, and I am going around just cutting out the parts that I want. I think our little raccoon would be cute on our gingham stocking. Let's see, we're going to do the little bunnies. I'm just going to trim around them. I'm going to put them on the stocking with the trains because I think that's cute. So let's do some presents. We'll do that present. I'll trim this one off. Rub-ons have came a long way. That's all I have to say. I'm going to do that one. And then I'm going to do the bag, I think, as well. So I'll pop these on. And I'll run these through. Making sure we get nice pressure with our die cutting machine. I'm going to take this one. Layer that one on here. There's our rub-on. You can see they layer on top of each other quite well. So we'll go ahead and do our little bunnies. We'll peel that off. And if something doesn't stick, just make sure you put it back down real fast and you can run it through again to make it stick a little bit better. Let's do our little raccoon. There's that one. All right, I have the top for each of my tags. I'm going to take and grab one of our sentiments. Okay, trim these out. I'm going to put my sentiments on the top of the stockings. So we'll just cut each one of these little banners out. As long as you don't remove the release paper, you're really good. Pretty safe. And I'm going to pick out the one that says Joy to the World. We can place that on. I like it when they come with everything on there and I don't have to do a lot of work. There's my backing or toppers. So I'll go ahead and remove that. So there's our little tag sentiments. Now I'm going to leave these out because we're going to add some of those gold stars on our tags in a minute. But before we do, I've cut the stocking again from just that mixed media cardstock like you saw. Because I want our tags to be a little bit thicker, especially since they're going to be on gifts. So we're going to take and add liquid glue. to each of our pattern paper tags, and we will sandwich these together. That way they're going to be a little bit thicker and we can have room to write on the back. So we'll add that one. Make sure we sandwich that one together. Our little bunny one. You can see these go together pretty quickly. We'll sandwich our little stocking on there. And our last one. Just make sure you get close to the edge when you're adding your adhesive. That way nothing will come apart. All right, then we're going to take and add a little bead of glue on the top of our tag, our topper. And we will put this on to the top of our stocking. You could cut this again from the white media paper or plain cardstock and put it on the back as well if you wanted a cleaner look. That one to this one. The season greetings to the presents. And our sending a cup of cheer will go on our little squirrel holding his hot cocoa. And I think I'm going to cut the topper again from some just plain white cardstock to put on the back of these. So I'll do that off camera and be right back. I went ahead and cut those again. I cut it from some shimmer white cardstock, and we're just going to sandwich these together so that they have a nice finished look. We just have to make sure they are going the right direction. Just like that. Helps if you turn it the right way. So I'll just sandwich those together so that our tag has a nice clean finish on the front and the back. Like that. Back to this one. Here's that topper. Just like so. Now, like I said, we're going to add some of the little stars to our, and snowflakes and things to our little tags as well, because they are gold foil. So I'm going to cut a few of these out so that we can add some of these to our tags as our embellishments. I will say that the scrapbook.com rub-ons are probably some of my favorites because they are very easy to work with. And there's come in a variety of styles and styles, colors, themes, all kinds of things. I'm going to show you how another way to put these on as well. All right, so I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm going to run across the rub-ons. Those. You can also use the popsicle stick that came in the pack. Or you could just run them back through your die cutting machine. Your choice. Pretty easy to see when they have transferred. And as long as you put them back down before you lift them up, or lift them up all the way, you're pretty safe to be able to put them back down and reattach if you missed a spot. And anything that's overhanging, we can just kind of press to the side. So now we're going to have to do, we need a hole. So you're going to want a hole puncher. I'm going to use my crocodile. And we're just going to pick a side. Trying to decide what hole I want. And we'll punch a hole in the top of our tags. I do like to come down a little bit so that I can get it in there. Now, if you wanted to put brads in, you could. I don't even know if I have any brads. Let me check. All right, I do have some eyelets. Lord knows how long we've had them. So we will take and add a little eyelet to each little hole. And I'll take and set that with my crocodile. I think I'm just going to do gold. The gold eyelets, because that way it'll tie into our gold on our tags. And it'll help reinforce our little strings when we put those in. And I'm just setting it in the crocodile and pressing it in. All right, so I've got some gold and white baker's twine. I'm just going to run through. I've just cut off some. And I'll just run it through the little holes. And we'll just make a little knot. That way we can tie those onto presents. I just repress the hole. To make it a little bigger. To get our twine through. Sometimes you have to do it a couple times. So we'll run that through to finish this one off. And again, you can make these as long or as short as you want. I'm wondering, I can't remember if I have a stamp set that has a to and from on it or not. I'm going to have to check that so I can stamp that on the back. All right, apparently I don't have a to and from stamp, which I thought I did. So I could just write that on the back. Here's a look at all 4 of our tags we just made together using our rub-ons and our pattern cardstock from scrapbook.com. I'll hold each one of them up to the camera for you so you can get a closer look. I will have photos over on my blog as well, so you can find all that. Everything will be linked and listed below if you want to pick anything up today. There's lots of great sales going on. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys. Stay crafty. Love you.